everyone! So someone commented on my Halloween tag video a while ago asking if I could share a couple of experiences that I've had with ghosts. So I'm going to tell you 2 encounters that I've had with ghosts. One of them, I'm not entirely sure if it was actually a ghost or not, or maybe like, I don't know, a spirit, or I don't know what it was. But yeah. Firstly, I'll tell you the one that's kind of the most well remembered in my mind. So this happened a few years back. I think I was about 15 or 16, and my mum and I were living in my dad's house for a while, like kind of house sitting because he was overseas. And well, my mum slept in my dad's room and I just slept in my room, and he had a waterbed. Anyway, mum was away and my older sister came over to kind of hang out with me while mum was gone, and so she slept in my dad's bed instead of my mum sleeping there. And yeah, by the way, mum and dad are like separated, that's why I'm saying we stayed at his house and stuff, just throw that in there in case you didn't know. Anyway, so a couple of times after a night of sleep she would tell me about how she was lying in the bed and she was facing one side of the wall. She would feel someone kind of jiggle the bed, like press on it and make the water kind of jiggle and make her move around. And apparently, I think she told me that she also felt someone kind of push her a bit. But then if she faced the opposite wall, then it wouldn't happen. Like then the nudging and the pushing of the bed making the water wobble would cease. And it couldn't have been like just any random person. It was just me and my sister. And it wouldn't have been my cat because she doesn't like the waterbed and she's always with me, like everywhere I am. The cat is, like even right now. See, there she is. Anyway, yeah, so it couldn't have been anyone physical. So after she left, I think it was like a day or so later and my mum was back, me and my cat were kind of near Dad's room and you could kind of see the entrance of the doorway and you could see into the room, and I wasn't really paying attention, but suddenly my cat got all spooked. She was like, whoa, and she's freaked out. She does this thing where she goes really, really stiff and she just freezes up and just watches whatever she's scared of for a long time. She did that, and then I looked to where she was looking and she was looking into Dad's room, and I think I heard footsteps or something in there, but I looked in and on the wall there was a shadow of a person, and I think they were just standing there. I think they moved a bit, but I just remember there was this black shadow on the wall, and as soon as I saw it, me and the cat just like sprinted down the hallway and ran away, and yeah, that was it. But yeah, there was nothing like in the room that could have made such a distinctly human looking shadow, because when we went back it was gone. And yeah, I just, no. That's one that I remember the best. That never happened again, by the way. It was just that one time. Then we cleansed the room and everything and it didn't happen again. So, second story. This I am more sure of being, you know, like a ghost, because the other one I'm not entirely sure what that actually was. But this time, I don't know, I just feel like it was more ghosty. This was when my mum and I were living in a little cottage in New South Wales, and we lived like in the middle of nowhere. We were on a kind of a farm and we didn't really have any neighbours. There was no one close to us. There was no houses close to us, no shops, nothing. Just paddocks and paddocks of cows. That's pretty much it. Anyway, so one night me and Mum went to bed and I think it was quite late. Anyway, none of us could get to sleep. And at one point we heard this kind of knocking on the door, but no one came in. I mean, the doors are locked, the windows are locked. There's no way people could get in without making it obvious. But anyway, someone knocked on the door, or at least it seemed that way, and we could hear footsteps because we had wood floorboards and they were very loud when you walked on them. And I think they knocked something over. I can't quite remember because obviously we were all in bed and it was dark and it was kind of hard to make out what was happening, but someone was there and you could feel it as well. Like, if there's some kind of strong presence around, you can kind of, well, I can kind of feel this heaviness around and I just know that someone is there. Anyway, I felt them and heard them walk into my room and they kind of stood at the doorway. And I think at one point I could kind of feel them breathing on my face. And yeah, I just kind of felt them standing there with their very heavy energy, just like watching me for a very long time. And then after that, we heard banging around and then I think it was gone and we finally got to sleep. And the next day we talked about it and cleared up that everyone was in bed, including the cat, including Mum, including me. We were all in our beds. None of us had gotten up in the night at all, and we'd all gone to bed at the same time. So it wasn't any of us, and we know that it wasn't some person in the house, like a physical person, because all the doors were still closed and locked and everything, and there weren't any signs of like an intrusion or anything like that. Anyway, that wasn't the last of it. We went into the kitchen to get breakfast the next morning, and we saw all the drawers were open and there were very large knives scattered across the kitchen floor. Yeah, they were like really big, you know, those butcher knives. I don't know what they're called, but anyway, you know, those big sharp knives. They were all scattered on the floor, and I think that was pretty freaky. But again, we cleansed the house and everything afterwards, and it didn't happen again. Yeah, but those would probably be my most intense experiences with ghosts and the like, I think. And that's it. So tell me what you think. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and if you've had any spooky experiences with ghosts and the like, I'd love to hear about it because I just think it's really interesting and I love hearing other people's stories. So see you next time.